everyone. First off, a big thank you to the organizers. This has been a great event. Just 2 weeks ago, I was at a hackathon in Munich, and I was actually on the other side. I was a participant, so I actually know how much time and effort and nerves it costs to develop a solution, especially given that tight time frame. And our challenge to develop the infrastructure, or actually an idea how you could provide global connectivity, is definitely a wicked problem and a bold goal. And I'm already really excited to hear what you've come up with. Thanks.
Thank you, Volker. So next team on stage is going to be The Brain. That's literally their name. To the left. All right, so the stage is yours. 3 minutes.
Thanks. So, imagine an isolated village with no access, like somewhere in Northern America or in Africa, which has no access at all to any facility, to schooling, to medical service, and to internet, of course. And imagine how we can connect it to the world. Like, our idea is to start with a site survey in order to assess which are the needs of the community, what are the environmental constraints, because these communities has environmental constraint often, and how does the local infrastructure look like if to assess whether we can take advantage of them, of existing infrastructure. Then the local Motots representative that did the survey will go to the community of co-creators and pose the problem. And say, these are the needs and these are the constraints. Solve the problem. Then the community of co-creators will start by making an analysis which will lead to a final design and to the choice of a final design of some devices in order to make them work, to make them work in this sense. And then there will be the procurement. The idea about the procurement is to procure whatever we will not be able to find on the site on an off-the-shelf basis. Then we will provide the device and make the community itself co-manufacturing on the site. Of course, the communicators will not be able to do it by themselves, and there will be a staff of engineering and technicians, teaching them how to build the infrastructure itself on site. This is our business plan. We're planning to do that on 12 to 18 months basis, and the revenue stream will be by end users, but also service providers, because we will make them able to send their data. And then these are our partners, of course, because we will need to make some partnership. We're planning to make people happy on Earth and connected, and maybe elsewhere. And if there will be maybe a moon village, this will be the end. Thank you very much. Question and answer.
Thank you very much, Team The Brain. Time for questions, Volker.
So thanks a lot for your presentation. I really liked it. So what additional infrastructure would local Motots have to set up in order to deploy the system?
The idea is to provide something that the community can build by itself. So the idea is to deliver packages with, I don't know, very simple and very low-tech technology, actually, in order for the people on site to build it, to be able to build it with the training of the staff that will be there in order to train it. And what local Motor should, what do you mean with procure? I'm not sure I got your question, actually. So
Would we have to create more microfactories on site, or would these devices? I think you're talking about routers here.
Yes.
Would they have to be produced somewhere else and then delivered to the site where it's going to be used?
Yeah, partly they will be on site. Like we are thinking about a central antenna, like, or maybe using a satellite, like, and then there will be the mini routers that they will have to assemble like by themselves, like then there will be shipped to them, actually.
Yeah, we would consider local motors to be the organizer of a technical solution. So we would leverage or take advantage of the network you possess, of the expertise. And basically it depends what kind of stuff you can produce on site. It depends on the technical level you find on site. Yeah, it's a difference whether you go somewhere in Canada where you find maybe a machine park, even in a remote area, or whether you go somewhere to Africa where you have to struggle to come up with some electricity, etc.
So the entire supply chain would have to be thought over in terms of sustainability considerations.
Yes, exactly. What we would like to do is wherever we find basically a suitable environment where we would like to make use of it, we would like to use existing technology, existing facilities, and through some additional orders, we would like to foster the local economy.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim, the brain.
All right, we're very happy to be here, folks. You know all about local motors. They're a business leveraging the global community, and they've tasked us to build the global internet. And for us, it's quite easy. They want to expand their portfolio. They want to go away from cars. They want to build the global internet and maybe other products. And they want to do that by empowering local stakeholders with their microfactories. And it's a wicked problem they posed us. It's very difficult, and Google, Facebook, and other bright people, highly paid people are working on it, but they're no match against us, because we came up with a solution within the last 20 hours. So leveraging the knowledge of the community is the way to go. But how do you do that? Build a bigger and stronger community, because all the brains are out there, and there are millions and millions of people who are extremely bright. Now the big question is, how do you build a bigger community? It's very easy. You introduce micropayments without using vouchers or subscriptions. Now, what are micropayments, I wonder? Or you might wonder. This lady over here is a brilliant scientist. She has this solution to build the global internet. So she goes to your site and she puts in whatever her idea is. And she gets paid for it. And it might be 1 cent. And the next person who reads it will also give her 1 cent. And this way, the brilliant person who has the idea will actually make money. And you can start with nothing, and each contribution you make to solving the problem will actually generate revenue. So in the end, what happens? That you actually have somebody in a remote location, like Mongolia in the steppe, there's no internet, and we want this guy with a brilliant idea to go to the platform and put in his idea. And why would he join the community of local motors? Well, he's going to do that because he's getting paid for it. And he's get paid every time that he contributes. And the guy in Mongolia will come up with a great idea. And then, in the end, there will be the microfactory in Mongolia producing the local solution to the internet. And this is the way to go. And with micropayments, you change the quality of the ideas that get input there. And the user base will expand 1,000-fold. So currently there are 53,000 users on the platform. Times 1,000, that's 50 million. Imagine the amount of ideas that you get solving this global internet problem. And it
Thank
is
you
not
very much,
limited
team, Dr.
to this
Evil.
knowledge.
We're running out of time, so thank you very much. Time for questions.
Thanks a lot, guys. Maybe you can quickly elaborate how Dr. Evil comes into play here.
We're going to take over the world with this idea.
But we're actually doing something good with that, right? I really liked your emphasis on the open source aspect of everything. Which format do you think will be the right one to actually develop the solution on our platform?
Well, it's either you develop it yourself or you use an existing digital currency to facilitate the micropayments. It doesn't really matter. It's a matter of detail, which we didn't focus on. But the important thing is to get the micropayments in place so that everybody who contributes really gets paid for their effort, and not only the winners, the way it is currently. So you will greatly expand your user base if you really pay everybody, because that will incentivize everybody to put really good stuff on the internet because they know that they will get paid for it.
Do you think, did you put some thought into the infrastructure yourself that might be the solution to the problem, or is that up to the community to figure out?
It's up to the community to figure out, of course.
Thanks. I think that's all from my side.
You're most welcome.
Thank you very much, Team Dr. Evil. Yeah. And with this, we finished the first part of our challenge presentation. So we're going to have now a small break so you can relax a bit and take some fresh air. And we'll be back very soon. So thank you.